So it is a beautiful fall day, and I thought I would just walk through my gardens and show you guys what I'm growing this time of year. My first frost date is usually expected around the middle of October, and we did have a light frost. It didn't quite hit freezing, but I had some ice on some of my, patio furniture, things like that when I woke up. But my plants seem to have survived. So I'll just show you my container garden here with the herbs. There's not a lot right now. I actually pulled out a lot of plants, mainly my basils. I'll refresh the soil, and I have some containers ready to go for next season. However, I am keeping some of these out that love the cool weather, like scallions. I've had a little problem with aphids on my scallions, and you can tell they're kind of falling over a little bit. They're yellowing. They're not a nice dark green. And I've been trying to treat for them. You might be able to see them here. They're called onion aphids, or sometimes people will call them black fly. And so I've just really been battling with those. I have some more growing in another garden that I've actually been using. And then this time, the aphids have also attacked my chives. So not loving all of my chives and scallions right now. You can just see they're kind of covered up with these little aphids. And I cut back my tarragon. It's coming back just beautifully. And then this mint, I probably should have cut this back about 4 weeks ago, and I'd have some nice beautiful growth right now. But I didn't. I don't know that I'll have enough time for it to grow back real nice in the winter, so I'll probably wait and just hope to get some nice mint next spring with that plant. More chives which have been attacked by the aphids. Over here is just some basil. This is my last basil plant, and it's the Tulsi basil. It's lost a lot of leaves, so I don't know, I might just keep this container, maybe let some of the seeds fall down in there, and maybe it will regrow next year. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. And this is lavender and summer savory, which I've been cutting on quite a bit. Some more tarragon, which I cut back. My rosemary looks wonderful. It's been hanging in there real nice. It's drinking a lot of water. Rosemary always gets root bound so fast, so I have to make sure I keep that watered more than probably any other plant in my container garden. And then just parsley. It has bolted. It's going to seed. Some garlic chives, and then this mint is really hanging in there nice. Looks really pretty. That's apple mint, if I'm not mistaken. And it's time to clean out my little GreenStalk over here. I have some zinnias, which have been blooming beautifully, and I've hesitated to clean out the GreenStalk because hummingbirds have been visiting them. So it's my natural little hummingbird feeder right here on my porch. So I'm just letting it do its thing, and I'll clean it out a little bit later in the year. I've just really enjoyed having the zinnias growing. Next year, who knows, maybe I'll just plant all zinnias in one of the GreenStalks. That would be nice. You'll notice here is one green bean plant. I cut it back with the intention of pulling it out, and then it just started to regrow real nice. So these were bush beans, and so I have a few green beans there now. And then right down there, I am working on my new garden. So I have one bed started so far. I'm going to have 6 beds down there. And it'll be fun to have something like that to work on over the winter. So looking forward to it. You'll notice I just have some weed block down. And I put my raised bed on top of there, and now I'm filling it up with soil. Okay, so here is the square foot garden. And I'll just show you guys how things are growing for me. Over here, my spinach is up, along with some shallots and carrots, and I think I also have some dill in here. So I planted all of this, I guess about 3 weeks ago, perhaps. And over here, more zinnias, and then chives right down there. I pulled out all of my summer planting that was in here. I have some scallions back in the back there. So I'm mainly leaving this bed empty for my first summer planting next year. Probably tomatoes will go in this bed. Right here is celeriac. It's bulbing up pretty good there at the bottom. My compost is breaking down pretty good. I'll be using this in my new garden. And over here in this bed, I have collards and broccoli growing. Sometimes my broccoli will survive the winter, and then it just pops out these nice little side shoots in the early spring, and they're just delicious, and I don't have to worry about worms in it when it's that early in the season, because the cabbage butterflies have not, started to attack all of my plants at that point. And over here is just a zinnia plant, and this is one plant, but look, it has two different color blooms on it. That is so odd to me. Let's see. One plant, you see at the bottom I have a lot of little tomatoes that have tried to reseed, and so the blooms seem to start out yellow and then they mature to like a little coral pink. Just beautiful. And then over here is one little pepper plant that I left in here, and that's my Aleppo pepper. And in this bed here I have, of course, my sage there in the back, and another zinnia plant here. And all the bees are just loving having the flowers blooming this time of year, because a lot of things are not blooming, and so I've noticed that they are visiting my zinnias a lot more frequently. And then in this bed you can't see a lot of what's coming up, but I have planted more shallots right here, and they are up, but it's kind of hard to see. You can kind of see them. And then here is saffron. Okay, I've been harvesting some saffron. I'm waiting to see if the rest of these are going to put a little bloom out for me. And then over here some tarragon, and right here some fennel, and turnip greens. And back over there is more saffron. Right here I have left my fennel plant in the bed here so it could bloom and produce seed, because I just love to cook with fennel seed. So I'm going to have a pretty good bit here, and I'll harvest that and put it up. Just love this sugar maple tree. Every year it's one of the last to turn a vibrant yellow, and so we anxiously wait for that to turn a really pretty color. And then over here is really where I'm harvesting most of my things right now. And so I have carrots looking pretty good here in the GreenStalk. And then over here I have some greens, mostly turnip greens and arugula. And then at the bottom is tatsoi, cabbage. It's a leaf cabbage. And the little kaffir lime tree growing from seed. And I have a lot of dill right down there at the bottom. Grass in the back, galangal here in the front. That will be something I'll be harvesting here soon. And then citrus, I have some Meyer lemon, calamondin there, the little oranges. And then a bay leaf right back there, and then the kaffir lime tree right there. Lots and lots of limes on it this year. And then of course the pepper GreenStalk. Growing a lot of peppers in here this year. I harvested a couple of bell peppers for a dish yesterday. That was just wonderful. And then in this GreenStalk, a lot of bok choy and spinach. I have my mind set on a really good goat cheese and spinach omelet. I'm going to cook that this weekend. And some Thai basil, which is hanging on. It's barely hanging on. And then for my chickens, now we were expecting some rain, possible rain this morning, so I put the little tarp over their run. Let me take that off and I'll show you guys my 4 new chickens. Well, here is one. Oh, here they all come. The little gray ones. She is so sweet. And then there's a little blonde one right back there. I think both of those are what are called whiting true blues. And they lay a true blue egg. And then I have a true green here. This one with a little bit of black feathering on her. I think she's going to be what's called a true green whiting. And then one little cream leg bar. She's always so curious. So they're about 8 weeks now. Oh, probably 9 weeks now. And just really fun having little chicks around. So they'll probably start laying here in January or February. This little gray one follows me wherever I go. She always comes out and greets me. And she used to love for me to hold her when she was just a chick. She wouldn't want to jump out of my hand. But she's a sweetie. Now for my mature hens, I'll show you them and I'll try to see if I have any eggs this morning. I move them about twice a day right now. And you can see all this little thatch that they've dug up out of the grass. Big pile of it here. They just love scratching around. Alright, so these girls are laying pretty good. They slowed down a little bit in the summer. One of them started molting, so I was only getting about 9 a week. And if you will recall from my how to raise backyard chickens video, I showed y'all that I was getting about 18 a week, and on 2 occasions I got 20 in 1 week. So that was great right after they started laying. But now I'm getting about 12 to 14 a week. So the one that stopped laying because she was molting, she's now laying again. So that's about what you can expect. I guess I've had them a little over a year now. They're probably about 14 months old. So that'll give you an idea of how many eggs you can expect from 3 chickens when they're about 14 months old. Okay, let me see if I have any eggs. No eggs. That's what's growing. And I hope you guys are out there having fun planting your garden, or maybe slowing down a little bit and enjoying cooking inside your home in the fall. That's always so much fun. I love to cook when the weather starts to cool down. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a beautiful day.